Stand by on streaming. The boss has just gone to get a handkerchief. A very good evening, everybody. This is Golf. Ooh. Oh, damn. If you're on streaming, I am just changing my antenna.
Tune up.
Yeah, I did. Forgot to change it from the ham net this morning.
It's now 5:50.
Yes, it is. Well, we'll try that again. Good evening, everybody. This is Gulf Harbour Radio, this time with the antenna tuned to this frequency. Patricia and David with you on a very glorious day here that we've had at Gulf Harbour. Just absolutely beautiful, and it's still rather nice. It got up to 18 degrees, but it is now 16 degrees. 1018.8 steady and no wind from the south. It was slightly south-southwest this morning, but only 20% cloud cover. I mean, at this time of the year, you couldn't ask for anything else. Although it is very hard to get stuff done inside. We were down at the boat for a while, and everyone is just relaxed and happy. A lot of boats out, but others just enjoying the sunshine and pottering around as you do when you have a boat. Okay, we have quite a bit of movement. We've got boats that have arrived at Minerva. We have Master Plan Mackay finally, Whistler, and I will check on another couple of boats. Thanks to Zelda, we know that there is 25 boats roughly in North Minerva. Many of you want to get going. Now, all I can plead is don't shoot the messenger, because David will cover Minerva to Fiji and Minerva to Tonga. But boy, well, as I say, don't shoot the messenger. We just do our best to tell you, and we just can't change the weather, and it's not looking very nice for anyone praying for southeasterlies. Anyway, that's the story there. Things have settled down a little bit in New Caledonia, which they would when they've got a whole pile of army people and 1,700 police arrived on the scene, but the pictures of all of the stolen cars or cars being burnt out and just not very pleasant. So and this morning we heard the news of a catamaran. It looks like it was from New Caledonia, got rescued by the ship that has in fact probably spent the day at Anisham, a British big cruise liner, and it's a shame that the boat Second Son is not close enough, because all of the customs people would have been at Anisham, but anyway, they were lucky to get rescued. So let's get started, and we'll start with Ocean Fever, because he's a single-hander. Ocean Fever, Barney, you on frequency? Yeah, go ahead. I hope it's going well. At least you've got the wind in the direction that you really want it over.
Yeah, well, maybe David could give me a little briefing at the end here. But I'm at 1740 south, 175.03 east, and light easterly winds and light rain showers all day. Lumpy seas flattening down now. And on motor sailing, you can hear the diesel climbing away. Thanks for being there, Chris.
Yeah, just confirm. I know you're on rum line, but confirm course and speed. Over.
Okay, 5 knots and 280 degrees.
Okay, yeah, that engine does make a noise. 1740 south, 17503 east, going from Nandi to Port Vila, with light easterlies all day and light rain, lumpy seas. Motor sailing at 5 knots on a course pretty much west, 280 true. And David's just looking.
Yeah, hello Barney, and tomorrow will be better for you in terms of wind, a little bit more wind. It's going to back, I would say, northeast winds tomorrow about 12 to 15, 1.2 to 1.5 knots. And that is tomorrow morning. And that should continue most of Sunday, probably backing a little bit more, almost to the north as you get a little bit further west. And yeah, take a look at Monday morning. It's going to be quite light again on Monday morning, and you're probably going to be sailing into a lovely trough that's developed. We've got your winds, northeast basically dropping to hardly anything, backing to maybe the north to northwest, and then over at Port Vila itself, southerly winds. So anyway, those two masses of atmosphere are coming together halfway between Fiji and Vanuatu, and you're sailing into it. So not great news, but not going to be very strong winds from what I can see, but light air and probably clean the boat with a little bit of drizzle and rain. And that's Monday. That's Monday, Barney. Over.
Okay, thanks, David. Great job in your 5 and 9.
Oh, thank you. Good signal getting up there, so that's good. So yeah, you'll just have to hang out and till you can turn that engine off, but you're making reasonable progress. So I won't be on in the morning. We head off for our other hobby tomorrow, and in fact I won't be on Monday morning, but I will be looking at the emailed report from where you are in the morning. Okay, clear with Ocean Fever, and now I'm going to go right down the bottom, I think, and then we'll talk about the boats trying to get to Savu and the ones thinking of leaving Minerva and also going to Tonga. So let's go down to talk to Falado, Gulf Harbour. Yep, Falado's got a pretty good signal there. Jan, go ahead.
Position 24 degrees 35 minutes south, 178 degrees 46 minutes west. We are doing around 3 to 3.5 knots. The wind is 16 knots and 068 true. We're on a heading of 351 true. The flow is 2 to 3 metres, and we've had a bit of everything today. We've had patches of blue, bits of rain, plenty of cloud. We have had the sails at times and the motor off at times, but mostly heading into the northeasterly. Over.
Yeah, I think unfortunately the northeast is going to be the theme of the day, if not several days, unfortunately. But some people are making use of it. I see scoots are getting down to going down the Lau route. See, if you're up there and you want to go down, it's often very difficult to find a northeast wind. I'm trying to think of the positive here. Falado is motor sailing, heading to North Minerva, 2435 south, 17846 west. They're on a course of 351 true at 3.5, say, and the wind is northeast, 16 knots. And we had a report from Taurus further over this morning. They had northeast 15, so it really is a theme. 2 to 3 meters, not very nice water, and a bit of everything. A bit of blue sky, a bit of sun, a bit of rain, a bit of clouds. So anyway, you're pressing on, and hopefully everyone's okay on board. Over.
Yeah, all good on board. Lots of food, lots of fuel. We're okay. Over.
That's excellent. I think I'm going to, I'll get the ones on passage first, and then David will give some time of talk to those that are planning to leave. Let's go to Taurus, who is in fact on their way from Minerva to Tonga. Taurus, Gulf Harbour. Nothing heard from them. So we'll go to Second Sun on their way to Vanuatu. Sorry about that. Andy, go ahead.
Good evening, this is Second Sun. Here's our report. Our current position is 21 degrees, 4 minutes south, 170 degrees, 12 minutes east, and we are traveling at 5.9 knots on a heading of 343 magnetic. Wind currently 15 from the southeast. And these are meters from the southeast, and cloud cover is 80%, and the barometer is 10.06 decibel 9. Wind had eased on us overnight, and it's been a nice day, great sail, and we're hoping to arrive late tomorrow.
Well, I'm sure everyone's envious on the southeast winds. See, they do exist somewhere. So an arrival at Port Resolution late tomorrow. Yeah, I've been following you up there today. 2148 south, 17012 east. 5.9 knots on a course of 343 magnetic. 15 knots of southeasterly. 2 meters southeasterly swell, 80% cloud cover, 1006.9, and late tomorrow you'll be in Port Resolution.
I'm looking late tomorrow, Sunday. Yeah, late. Northerly winds, I'm afraid. North winds, about 15 to 20.
Oh, I thought you said they were going to be light.
Yeah, well, Trish said that I said they were going to be light. Well, that's
yesterday.
That's not quite fresh, but moderate winds anyway. But what's going on there? Well, the Southwest Pacific is a mass of troughs and frontal boundaries, and Vanuatu at the moment has got a trough that runs from the Solomons down almost parallel to the whole group of islands in Vanuatu, just to the east of them. And then there's another trough that does the same thing just to the west of that group, that, how Vanuatu sort of runs northwest to southeast, roughly. So yeah, that's bringing quite a bit of cloud to the area, and scattered showers and that sort of thing. So anyway, hopefully it'll clear up. When you get into Port Resolution, you're able to get up to the mountain to see the volcano. I don't know what they do if there's cloud and whatnot, if they go up or they cancel it. But I guess you'll find out what the weather is when you get there. But anyway, that's the story, I'm afraid. The wind is definitely going to change Sunday. Let's see about when it is going to change. Yeah, it's going to go easterly by, I would say, I'm looking at tonight, probably in another couple of hours. It looks like it's going to be just almost east southeast at best, and that's in a few hours. And looking at Sunday morning, 6 a.m. The wind's back a little bit more, and they'll be east-northeast. But then by the time you arrive, which is going to be later on Sunday, they back even more to the north. So that's the story. Over.
Roger that. Can we get a different report?
What do you say?
Can we get a different report?
Yeah, I can give you a different report, sure. I could look at maybe a model from Russia. That'd be different.
Appreciate for the heads up. That will just make us getting a little later, because if the wind comes strong out of the north, or even more out of the north, we'll just, buckle down and wait it out. Go up Monday morning instead.
Yep, well, let's talk again tomorrow and see what it's like. Just for my own interest, because we've never had to divert en route to another country, how did you go about that with Vanuatu? Over.
Well, thanks to Starlink, we were able to file our advance notice of arrival in a timely manner. And to request for entry at port resolution, you're supposed to give a 1-week notice. But in our email, we pleaded with them, said we're diverting because of the civil unrest. You please acknowledge whether we have permission to go to port resolution. And we got a response back to this day.
Let me have them back.
Oh, that's excellent, because sometimes they're a bit slow to reply in Vanuatu, so really good to know they're on the ball. I think David wants this back again.
Yeah, I thought I'd give you something different just for fun. If you do elect to slow down a little bit and come in on Monday morning, it looks like the winds are going to shift even more. You've got that trough that's going to be pretty much over you, but there doesn't look like there's a lot in the trough. But anyhow, the winds look like around port resolution, looks like westerlies possibly, light, very, very light air. The models are not calling off hardly any air to speak of. I'm looking at 3 models, and they're in disagreement on the direction of the wind, but they're in agreement with the fact that there's hardly any of it. So it would be very calm, it looks like, getting in through the anchorage there. You just have to be you'll be faced with the trough activity, like I say. But anyhow, that moderate north wind will be gone by Monday morning. Over.
Roger, appreciate that. We did head a little further east based on the reports you gave us yesterday to prepare for easterly winds, or northeasterly winds tomorrow. So hopefully we're as set up as we can be, and we're just enjoying the ride. So we'll take it easy. Thanks.
Yep, oh well, that's good, and you sort of know what's happening, so you can all put your hands up to what you want to do. And then the captain can make his decision. All right, let's go to clear with you guys and go to Mintaka and see if they've changed their mind about Sabu. Go ahead.
Radio, go. Copy, this is Mintaka. How do you copy over?
Oh, good copy from you, Phil. It is a good radio. Yeah, I've been looking at you and wondering when you're going to tack, but it's pretty... well, those northeasterlies are the name of the game. Over.
Yeah, no, it's a real struggle out here against these northeasterlies coming and going, line squalls and the breeze shifting for 180 degrees, getting wet. No, it's really unpleasant and hard work. But never mind, we're making progress, although very slowly. Motor's failing at the moment. We've just come out of that heavy rain squall. So where are we? Oh, hang on, I just need to turn on the light.
Turn on the light. God, it must be dark.
21 degrees 07 minutes south, 179 degrees 06 minutes west, and we're trying to travel a course, so the ground is 3353, and maintaining a speed of 6.5 to 7 knots.
Yes. I'm waiting for the current wind and sea conditions.
Well, quite difficult to give you the wind conditions because it's moving through about 60 degrees. It's generally coming from the northeast. And the sea conditions are reasonably calm, probably about 1 meter.
Okay, yeah, I suppose it is difficult. David showed me all the, it must be because he talked about troughs the other day. There's a Fiji map has got so many troughs on, I ran out of fingers. 2107 17906 west, on a difficult to keep course of 335 true. We're wanting to head to Savu Savu. Motor sailing 6.5 to 7. The wind is kind of moving through a lot of degrees, but northeastish and 1 metre seas. So probably time for David to talk about the passage from Minerva to Fiji, and especially as we know that there are a lot of people wanting to leave Minerva. So stand by, folks.
This is Phil.
Yep.
Phil, just to give you a heads up on tomorrow, it's more of the same, really. Northeast 15 to 20, moving you up. I can tell you what's going on in Fiji. Basically the same thing as far as wind direction goes, but their winds are 20 to 25 knots, and they've got heavy showers and thunderstorms. The worst spot is the Lao group, but as you move a little bit further west, the winds aren't quite that strong, but they'll be 15 to 20, gusts to 25. So that's the forecast for Fiji. Where you are, I've moved you up a couple of degrees for tomorrow, and like I said, northeast winds probably 15 to 20, and needless to say, a little bit higher in the squalls. So a lot of trough activity out and about that general area, Phil. So anyway, okay, so for the rest of the boats that are in Minerva and wanting to go to Fiji, boy, it's the theme is northerly quadrant winds. Looking at tomorrow, late afternoon tomorrow, Minerva should be looking at north to northeast, and I see about 12 to 18 knots, and higher, of course, in squalls. Now, the trough that's affecting the area around Minerva, it's actually running from Vanuatu southeastward, and the northern part of it is just tickling Minerva. So looking at Monday, winds as you leave Minerva, if that's what you want to do, we're looking at northerlies about 15 to 20, and showers, light showers, scattered showers, because you still would be on the northern edge of that trough that I talked about. Then on Tuesday, well, if you're still in Minerva, northwest about 10 to 15, and showers. Still, that persistent trough is hanging in there, but you'll be on the northern side of it still. Wednesday, that's where the models are all in disagreement. The famous ones, EC, GFS, they're showing the trough. EC is showing the trough shifting to the north, with the winds coming out of the southwest about 5 to 10 knots, whereas GFS is looking at westerly winds about 10 to 15, and the trough affecting the Minerva area, rain, squalls, that kind of thing. The Australians, they are showing the trough as well, along with rain and squalls and southerlies there. Then running to Thursday, the models are really wobbling around, but basically that's the time that everything is turning southerly quadrant winds. 3-4 models are in agreement on that. That's the 20, yeah, that'll go, those winds will go all the way to Monday, which I think is the 27th. So from Thursday to Monday, looking at the passage from Minerva to Fiji, southerly quadrant winds. Again, all the models are pretty much in agreement with that. They differ on exactly what is meant by southerly quadrant. So, but give or take, in any case, the wind's behind you. So that might be the time to depart. But if you leave earlier, then you're going to be faced with the north to northeast and northwest winds, depending upon where you happen to be. Now, those boats going to Tonga, they've got the same problem with northeast winds. So looking at tomorrow, northeast about 15 to 20, similar to what I said before, with that northern trough edge being in Minerva, scattered showers and so forth. So if you leave Monday, as you're sailing toward Tongatapu, looking at north-northeast about 15 to 20, and again dealing with the edge of that trough that's to your south. So in other words, you'd be on the northern edge of it. On Tuesday, as you're heading toward Tongatapu, north to north-northwest, and the mean winds look to be about 10 to 15 knots, and scattered showers. And on Wednesday, still as you're heading toward Tongatapu, depending upon where you are, north to north-northeast, about 10 to 15. So the winds Tuesday and Wednesday are about the same, 10 to 15, but they just differ slightly in direction. But scattered showers both days. So that's the story between Minerva to Tonga. It's doable, but there'll be a lot of tacking, I'm afraid. It doesn't really get better until the winds turn northerly on Tuesday. So maybe you may want to wait until Tuesday to go. We'll know more tomorrow. So that's the general story for those two passages. Again, there's just a lot of troughing all around the Southwest Pacific, including Fiji, Tonga, Minerva, Vanuatu, even New Caledonia is not escaping it. So anyway, that's it from me. So I'll pass it back to the chief.
Well, I might be passing it back to Mintaka if I can't find a flying cloud. Flying cloud, are you on frequency? Over.
This is Mintaka. Flying cloud through VHF is asking to relay that they are astern of us by about 2 nautical miles and sailing the same course of 345 true. Over.
Yeah, thank you for that. I was hoping you would have the information. So Flying Cloud are a couple of miles behind you on a similar course. They're on 345 true. Okay, thank you very much, Phil, for that. It's good to keep a position for them. Okay, let's go to...
What is the position?
They're 2 miles behind Mintaka. So thank you. Let's see if I can find Taurus, seen as they're on their way to Tonga. Taurus, Gulf Harbour. No, still no sign from them. Okay, I'm wondering if Carrera did in fact take off today. Carrera, Gulf Harbour.
Hi, Gulf Harbour Radio, this is Carrera. We did take off today. Our position is 23 degrees 25 minutes south and 178 degrees 30 minutes west. We've got north-northeaster at about 18 knots at the moment. And it was actually got a southeaster this afternoon, but we had a front come through. We are doing about 6.5 knots, somewhere between 85 degrees. Over.
Okay, I think I've got that. Carrera left today for Tonga from Minerva, 2325 south, 17830 west, on a course, I think you said 085 true, 6.5, and this doesn't seem to line up with the northeast 16 to 18. So what have I got wrong, Michael? Over.
Probably go a bit more north. Over.
A bit more north than the wind. Okay, we'll make that northeast, but still on the nose. But you had a bit of southeast as the system went through. Okay, I hope all is well on board, and you've heard the discussion on the rather un-Pacific Pacific Ocean between you and Tongatapu. Over.
Yep, no.
Yeah, it's it's just going to keep you guys busy. We're too old for that sort of thing. We just wait now for wind in the right direction. But then again, we've got plenty of time. Okay, we'll check with you again tomorrow and see how things are going. Now, going way up north, and I might need some help with this one if anybody's there that can hear them well. Kaya, Gulf Harbour. Yeah, I do. And look, I've got so confused with all the Kayas. You're Daniel, is that correct?
Roger.
Okay, I've got the right one then. And you're Kaya with an India alpha, not the Yankee alpha. Have I got that correct?
We are Alpha, India, Alpha.
Roger. Yep. Well, at least I'm sort of got things right. So Kaya on their way from the Marshalls to Fiji. Go ahead. I've got reasonable copy tonight.
Okay, our position is 1 degree 0 minutes south, 170 degrees 506 east, course is 185 cruise, speed of 5 knots, wind speed is 12 knots out of the northwest, and the swell is southeast listening.
Yeah, I missed the cloud cover. Sorry.
Yeah, overcast, cloud cover is probably 80% of it.
Okay, I've got that, but just listen carefully. 11 degrees 09 south, 17250 east, 185 true course at 5 knots, with 12 knots of northwest. Overcast skies about 80%. So, well, not too bad of conditions for you guys. Over.
Yeah, no complaints. It's pretty good. If David has a second, we'd be curious of the weather around Perth Medicine on Monday, Tuesday. Over.
Roger that. So the weather Monday, Tuesday. I'm going to. You'd be at sort of where do you reckon you'll be? Sorry, a Monday, Tuesday.
We should be arriving in Solomon Monday or Tuesday.
Okay, arriving on Tuesday. So
Where?
yeah, are we still a bit? I thought you were going to Fiji. Over.
No, negative. No, we
Vanuatu.
can't do that up in Southwest School. Over.
Roger that. So you'll be going into solar. Over.
Roger.
Okay, yep. Well, I tell you what, we did that exact trip. I hope your arrival weather. I'll cross my fingers before I pass it to David, because we had a real doozy storm when we arrived in Solar, and we were up all night with a boat that just was moving around us all the time in the strong winds. It turned out when we had daylight, and they actually raised their anchor, which consisted of various chunks of wood and pipe. So, but they were very nice people, and because the storm was going to last a bit, they did take it to the sort of dock and unload a lot of what did they have on it? They had a lot of coconut husks or I don't know what they had on it,
Yeah.
but it was well laden down, and with this rather unusual native anchor, it was moving around us all night. Anyway, you don't need to know that. Here's David. I'm sure things will be better when you arrive.
Yeah, I hope so too. You may even get to see the crocodile that's supposed to be at the river there. We went up and we didn't see it, thankfully. Sola on Tuesday morning. It looks like southeast winds about 10 knots. Mean wind 10 knots, so it could be higher in gusts. It would be higher in gusts. Now there's some trough activity in the Vanuatu area on Tuesday, but it looks like Sola, it might be clear. Totally different from our experience when we went in there. So it's looking pretty good for you on Tuesday. Over.
Hey, roger that.
Well, I hope that forecast comes correct then for Tuesday. Yeah, we can just imagine your passage, and we went direct from Fiji to from Marshalls to there as well. Okay, we'll clear with Kaya, and I think we have got no copy on Taurus tonight. I'll just give one more try. Taurus. No, they are on the AIS, so I won't get too worried about them. The AIS is a pain in the neck at the moment, actually, with the way the new system is operating. Anyway, Taurus. Oh, this was 8 hours ago. That's interesting.
I can say something.
It's a shame that it is old and they're not on frequency. Here's David.
Yeah, I've got the current satellite image for the area between Nuku'alofa and Minerva. I'm just looking, trying to orient myself here. Anyway, there's a band that runs northwest to southeast, sort of halfway between Minerva and Tonga, and it's got in it some pretty good-sized thunderstorms. So depending upon where you are, if you get into this, you'll be getting some pretty good gusts out of it. So be prepared. Whether or not that'll disappear by tomorrow, who knows? It certainly will move. But anyway, that's what I'm seeing on real-time satellite. So there you go. Here's the boss.
Okay, that's about it, except for Cape Providence. Cape Providence, are you on frequency?
Good evening, Bill Palmer Radio. It's Bronwyn here from Cape Providence. Copy over.
Yeah, but I keep missing exactly what your name is, and I'm glad you're on frequency because we haven't had any AIS signal from you guys for, would be almost 4 days now. Over.
My name's Bronwyn, and we were going to ask about the AIS because it seems to be slowly transmitting to other devices as well. Over.
Yeah, well, it's definitely not transmitting. I have full coverage and for satellite as well as land-based stations, and it's about 1 hour short of 4 days since we had one. So anyway, go ahead, and I'm sure Bob will be listening and will know exactly where you are. So go ahead.
Thank you. So our temperature at the moment is south 38 degrees 46 minutes, west 176 degrees 24 minutes. Our wind direction is northeast, about 15 knots. We're expecting, we've had to do a wind course change today due to the wind, so we're now heading sort of southeast to avoid the thick lull that we've been warned about. So bit of a direction change. Wind speed 15 knots and our course is 107 magnetic. Speed over ground is 6.2 currently. Over.
Okay, well, you have a very good radio, so there's no problems with that. Cape Providence, 3846 south, 17624 west, on a course of 107 magnetic at 6.2 after the course changed today to avoid the low, and you've currently got northeast 15. And I won't ask if you've all got hangovers after the birthday celebration. Over.
Yeah, indigestion I think we call it, from too much chocolate cake.
Yeah, chocolate cake's always the favourite, isn't it? I made a lot of chocolate cakes up in the islands because I had a really good, was given to me from someone else, 0 egg chocolate cake. So it went down a treat. All right, well, I take it all is well on board. Over.
Yes, we're doing fine. Thanks for a lovely day sailing today. Lots of blue sky and sunshine, and It's just probably about a metre swell. So yeah, lovely stunning conditions. Unfortunately, not quite the wind in the right direction. Over.
Yeah, well, you would have heard the moans and grizzles from all those trying to battle against the northeasterlies further north of you. So at least you can go in. You've got plenty of choice of direction. All right. Well, we'll talk to you again tomorrow, and all copied, so no problem there. Okay, we'll clear with Cape Providence. Is there anybody else with anything? Oh, I've got a couple there. Could I have the one that says, do you copy, and try again? I had two ladies' voices and one ended with, do you copy? So could you come again? Over. Ah, Artemis, I've been wondering where you are. There's a space here that's not filled. Where are you?
Actually, forgotten about it. Our position is 25 degrees 04 minutes south, 179 degrees 55 east. We've got about 14 knots of wind on the nose, 040 degrees true. Our hot cover ground, we're motor sailing at the moment. We're going 30 degrees true at approximately 4.5 knots. We've got about a metre of swell coming from the north and about 95% cloud cover. Hopefully we'll be in North Minerva by tomorrow afternoon.
Okay, Ingrid and team on Artemis are at 2504 south, 17955 east, 14 knots of wind northeast, well 040, that's good enough, close enough, northeast. Motor sailing 030 true, 4.5 knots, 1 metre seas from the north, 95% cloud cover. No doubt you've enjoyed the passing changeable weather all day, but you will get to North Minerva tomorrow afternoon. So that's good and hopeful. Over.
Yep, all the sail on board will be certainly happy to be there.
Yeah, I heard a new expression on the ham net this morning. You all on board Artemis will be suffering from the channels, and evidently this was in the old days of boats returning to the UK and getting in the channels. They all started getting excited about getting home, seeing family, etc., etc. So it was termed the channels, regardless of where people were when they were a day away from getting to wherever it was they wanted. Okay, David's chuckling at that one. We still haven't seen Taurus, but is there any? Oh, there was another boat in behind Artemis. Who was that?
Harbour radio, this is Lynn on Intrinsic. You copy, over?
Yes, I've got good copy on you, but I missed the boat name.
Intrinsic, over.
Well, then you're the other one that I've got a big gap for. Lynn, go ahead.
Hi Patricia, we are at 1321 south, 17503 east. We're having beautiful sailing, 6.5 knots. We're heading due north at the moment. Our wind is 16 from the southeast, waves about 2.5 metres, cloud cover 60%, which is beautiful macro sky in the eastern quadrant. Over.
Well, how nice to end the net with some lovely positive news from Intrinsic. See, there is some southeasterlies out there, folks. 3021 17503 east, 6.5 knots on a northerly course, 16 from the southeast. I'll repeat, 16 southeast, 2.5 metre swell and 60% cloud cover. And they would have had some lovely, as they said, lovely sailing today. So really good. So I hope you all enjoyed it. Over.
Well, very much so. We're just a little bit concerned about Sunday, Monday. So our intention is to carry on heading up north until we get past the system and then make a decision as to whether we're going to go into Harbour or into Minerva Reef. Over.
Yep, good idea to keep flexible, because there's just such a lot of troughing and things in the Pacific at the moment. But yeah, hopefully I'll pass the microphone. because David will be able to look at where you are at the moment, 30, 21 and 175 east, and see what's ahead of you, but hopefully it will be not too difficult in the next day or two. I'm looking over his shoulder. Anyway, stand by.
Okay, well, I've got tomorrow about lunchtime similar winds to what you have now, southeast, maybe east southeast. There looks like there's some mild trough activity tomorrow, and I think you could expect some scattered showers out of this. Not a huge amount of rain, but like I say, scattered and comes and goes. So that's tomorrow. And taking a look at running one more day. One more day has the wind changing radically, because to the southwest of you there is a low that's formed. It's going to affect New Zealand at some point in time. That's the low that was going to affect the boat that's left New Zealand to Polynesia. Anyway, the winds are going to shift by Monday, I would say Monday morning, to the northwest. So they're going to be part of that cyclonic circulation. Doesn't look like any rain where you would be Monday, but that's the direction of the wind. Not very strong. So northwest winds Monday morning, and probably, let's see, put it on later in the day. Later in the day, actually things do clear up, and the winds back even more, so it looks like almost westerlies where you might be Monday afternoon. We'll have to see. So anyway, good to talk to you, and we'll see if the models change their minds tomorrow, and we'll have a chat. Here's Patricia.
And back to you. I presume you heard all of that, over?
Yeah, I received everything clear. Thank you very much, David. That's awesome.
Okay, and I was just wondering if Cape Providence are still on frequency. Bronwyn, are you still there? Over? No. If anybody does have problems communicating with your family or whoever, and you are on air, I'm more than happy to give a phone call or an email. I have all the rally boat information, but that makes it real easy for me. But if anybody else has lost their ability to email, or something else, maybe Garmin's not working, whatever, no problem at all for me to make a bit of communication, because sometimes people do get a bit worried. Okay, this is a last call from us. Is there anybody else? No, all clear, and I see there's still a lot of people enjoying North Minerva, so have fun, and if you are travelling, making use of those northerlies to get down in the Lau group, do take care with the poor visibility that will be coming and going. That's makes it a little bit difficult. Cheers everybody, the frequency is available if you want it. Have a good night and stay safe.